In American history, certain dates remain etched in our memory. Dates like November 13th, 1974. On this night in Amityville, New York, a tragedy unfolded that shocked the nation and birthed the legend. This is the story of the DeFeo family. A seemingly ordinary family living in a seemingly ordinary home, but beneath their idyllic life, a darkness festered. "112 Ocean Avenue, a sprawling Dutch colonial, a picture of suburban tranquility, but behind its stately facade, a nightmare was brewing. November 13th, 1974. The air was thick with a chilling mist as darkness enveloped 112 Ocean Avenue. Inside, a family slept, oblivious to the horror about to unfold. 3:15 a.m. The deafening roar of gunshots shattered the peaceful silence. But who could commit such a heinous act? The answer lay within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. Ronald's descent into madness was gradual. The seemingly happy-go-lucky child morphed into a troubled teenager. Drugs became his escape, fueling his paranoia and volatile temper. He lashed out at his family, his rages becoming more frequent, more intense. The once loving son was transforming into a monster. Later that morning, the unthinkable was discovered. Ronald DeFeo Jr. walked into Henry's bar and shouted, "You got to help me. I think my mother and father are shot." Police entered the home, their hearts pounding with dread. What they found was a scene of unimaginable carnage. Ronald's parents lay dead in their bed, each shot once in the back. His 2 brothers and 2 sisters were found in their beds, each executed with cold-blooded precision. The murders at 112 Ocean Avenue sent shockwaves across the nation. The idea that a seemingly ordinary young man could commit such an unspeakable act against his own family was unfathomable. The small, quiet town of Amityville was now at the epicenter of a media frenzy. Reporters descended upon the town, eager to uncover the truth behind the gruesome killings. Cameras flashed, microphones were thrust into the faces of stunned neighbors, and the DeFeo family home became a macabre tourist attraction. Everyone wanted answers. The investigation into the murders began immediately. Police meticulously combed through the crime scene, searching for any clue that could shed light on the motive behind this horrific act. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence of a struggle. The murder weapon, a .35 caliber lever-action Marlin rifle, was found neatly placed in the house. The trial of Ronald DeFeo Jr. was one of the most sensational in American history. The nation was captivated by the story of the young man accused of murdering his entire family. Could this seemingly ordinary young man truly be capable of such unspeakable evil? The prosecution presented a compelling case detailing the horrific nature of the crimes and painting a picture of a cold, calculating killer. They argued that Ronald, driven by greed and a desire to escape his overbearing father, systematically executed his family in their sleep. The defense, however, countered with a plea of insanity. Ronald, they claimed, had been driven to madness by years of abuse and tormented by voices that urged him to commit the murders. They argued that he was not in control of his actions, that he was a victim of his own shattered psyche. The jury deliberated for days, faced with the daunting task of determining Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s fate. The question on everyone's mind: would they believe the prosecution's narrative of a cold-blooded killer, or the defense's claims of a young man driven to madness? Central to Ronald's insanity plea was his claim that he had been driven to murder by voices he heard in the house. Psychiatrists for the defense testified about Ronald's history of drug abuse and mental instability, suggesting he may have been suffering from paranoid schizophrenia. They presented his claims of demonic voices as evidence of his fractured mental state. The prosecution, however, remained skeptical, dismissing Ronald's claims as a desperate attempt to escape responsibility. They pointed to his calm demeanor after the murders as evidence that he was fully aware of his actions. The question of whether Ronald DeFeo Jr. was truly afflicted by demonic forces or simply a master manipulator became a central point of contention during the trial. As the trial progressed, a sense of unease settled over 112 Ocean Avenue. The house, once a symbol of suburban tranquility, was now shrouded in an aura of dread. Neighbors reported seeing flickering lights, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling an oppressive presence within its walls. The legend of 112 Ocean Avenue as a haunted house began to take root. December 1975. Barely a year had passed since the DeFeo murders, and the house at 112 Ocean Avenue stood silent. A young couple, George and Kathy Lutz, along with Kathy's 3 children, were about to step into a nightmare. Drawn by the house's charm and low price, the Lutz family saw an opportunity for a fresh start. They were aware of the home's gruesome history, but dismissed it as a tragic past. They believed they could make this house their home, unaware of the paranormal activity that awaited them. Seeking solace, the family invited a priest to bless their new home. As the priest moved from room to room, an unexplainable chill settled over him. In the basement, he heard a deep, disembodied voice growl, "Get out." The priest warned the Lutz family about the house's dark energy, but the Lutz family, blinded by their hopes, brushed aside his warnings. At first, the strange occurrences were subtle. Doors slamming shut on their own, the distinct odor of perfume lingering in the air, and the feeling of being watched. The Lutz family tried to rationalize these events, then the occurrences escalated. Kathy would wake in the dead of night to find her bed mysteriously shaking. The children, particularly Missy, claimed to befriend an imaginary playmate named Jody. George found himself plagued by nightmares. The line between reality and nightmare began to blur. The Lutz family, once optimistic, found themselves trapped in a terrifying reality. As days turned into weeks, the paranormal activity intensified. One of the most unsettling phenomena was the sudden infestation of flies. Swarms of flies appeared throughout the house. Despite the cold winter weather, the Lutz family tried everything to eradicate the flies, but their efforts proved futile. Adding to the growing sense of dread, a thick, foul-smelling slime began oozing from the walls. The stench permeated the house, a constant reminder of the encroaching darkness. The house, once their sanctuary, had become a prison. The Lutz family, their dreams shattered, were living a nightmare they couldn't escape. The nights at 112 Ocean Avenue were the worst. It was during the darkness that the true horror of the house revealed itself. George found himself plagued by nightmarish visions. Kathy experienced terrifying encounters, feeling someone lying on top of her, pinning her down. The children were not spared from the nightly terrors. They would wake up screaming, claiming to see grotesque faces peering at them from the darkness. The house had become a battleground, a place where the boundaries between the living and the dead were blurred. The Lutz family were the unwilling participants in a terrifying game. For 28 terrifying days, the Lutz family endured the relentless paranormal onslaught. The house, once their dream home, had become a living nightmare. Fear gnawed at their sanity, the relentless activity chipping away at their resolve. On February 14, 1976, unable to endure the horrors any longer, the Lutz family fled, leaving behind most of their belongings. They left, forever changed by their experience, haunted by the memories of the 28 terrifying days. The Lutz family's story needed a voice. Enter Jay Anson, a writer drawn to the inexplicable. Intrigued by the Lutz's claims, Anson saw an opportunity to tell a story that would chill the world. Anson interviewed the Lutz family, meticulously documenting their experiences. He listened as they recounted their encounters with the unseen. He spoke to neighbors, to investigators, piecing together a narrative that was both terrifying and believable. In 1977, the Amityville Horror was published, unleashing a story so terrifying that it would forever change the landscape of horror. The book was an instant sensation, capturing the imaginations and fueling the nightmares of readers worldwide. The publication of Jay Anson's book marked the beginning of the Amityville Horror phenomenon. The story, already a media sensation, was now firmly entrenched in the public consciousness. Everyone knew the address, 112 Ocean Avenue. In 1979, the first film adaptation of the Amityville Horror hit theaters, further cementing the story's place in popular culture. The film was a box office smash, terrifying audiences and spawning a franchise. The Amityville Horror became more than just a story. It became a cultural touchstone. People debated the veracity of the Lutz's claims, with some dismissing it as a hoax, while others believed wholeheartedly. The legend of the Amityville Horror, fueled by books, films, and countless retellings, took on a life of its own. In the years since the Lutz family fled 112 Ocean Avenue, the debate surrounding the veracity of their claims has raged on. Skeptics point to inconsistencies in their accounts, the lack of concrete physical evidence, and the financial gains the family reaped from book and film deals as proof that the story was a fabrication, a clever hoax designed to capitalize on a tragedy. Believers, however, point to the genuine terror evident in the Lutz's voices, the corroborating accounts from neighbors and investigators, and the undeniable power of the unknown as proof that something truly sinister transpired within the walls of that house. The truth, as is often the case with such stories, likely lies somewhere in between. The human mind is a powerful instrument, capable of both great imagination and self-deception. Whether the Lutz family genuinely believed they were experiencing paranormal phenomena or cleverly crafted a hoax to escape the financial woes is a question that may never be definitively answered. What cannot be denied is the power of belief. The Amityville Horror, regardless of its veracity, has tapped into a primal fear of the unknown, of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of our everyday lives. It is a story that continues to resonate, to chill, and to captivate, a testament to the enduring power of horror and the enduring human fascination with the unexplained, Today, the house at 112 Ocean Avenue still stands. Its address has been changed, its exterior renovated, an attempt to erase the stigma of its past. But despite these efforts, the house remains a macabre landmark, a chilling reminder of the horrors that unfolded within its walls. The Amityville Horror in all its iterations serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the most idyllic of settings, darkness can lurk. It is a story about the fragility of the human psyche, the power of fear, and the enduring allure of the unknown. The story of the Amityville Horror is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. It is a story that will continue to be told and retold, debated and dissected for years to come. And the house at 112 Ocean Avenue will forever remain a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of the ordinary, a darkness that, once unleashed, can never truly be contained. The Amityville Horror, whether viewed as a factual account of paranormal phenomena or a skillfully crafted work of fiction, continues to grip our collective imagination. Why are we so drawn to stories of the macabre, of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of our everyday lives? Perhaps it's the thrill of confronting our deepest fears, of peering into the abyss and finding ourselves strangely exhilarated by the terror it evokes. Stories like the Amityville Horror tap into a primal fear of the unknown, of the unseen forces that may surround us, influencing our lives in ways we cannot comprehend. They offer a glimpse into a world where the boundaries of reality are blurred, where the familiar becomes terrifying, and where our most deeply held beliefs are challenged. The enduring fascination with the Amityville Horror speaks to our innate need to believe in something beyond ourselves, whether it's the existence of a spiritual realm, the power of the human mind to deceive and be deceived, or the unsettling possibility that some questions simply have no answers. The stories we tell, the legends we create, serve as a reflection of our deepest fears, our anxieties, and our fascination with the unknown. The Amityville Horror, with its enduring legacy of terror and intrigue, serves as a powerful reminder that some stories, some places, retain their power to chill us to the core, long after the lights have been turned out and the shadows have begun to lengthen. The Amityville Horror, beyond its status as a chilling tale of the paranormal, can be viewed as a microcosm of American horror itself. It embodies many of the themes and anxieties that have permeated the genre for decades: the fear of the unknown, the disintegration of the American family, the vulnerability of suburbia, and the unsettling possibility that evil can lurk in the most unexpected of places. The story's setting in a seemingly idyllic suburban home further amplifies the horror. The house, a symbol of safety, security, and the American dream, is transformed into a place of unimaginable terror, a stark reminder that evil can invade even the most sacred of spaces. The enduring popularity of the Amityville Horror, through its numerous film adaptations, documentaries, and countless retellings, speaks to the enduring power of horror as a genre. It allows us to confront our fears in a safe environment, to explore the darker side of human nature, to puisishin ukisin nature, and to find a strange sense of comfort in knowing that we are not alone in our fears. The Amityville Horror, a story forever etched in the annals of American horror, continues to fascinate, terrify, and inspire. It is a story that will likely never die, a testament to the enduring power of our fears and the enduring allure of the unknown.